Hi, this is Andrew, Big Y Fly Company, BigYFlyCo.com. We're here talking about this really cool tiger barred rabbit strip that we've just got in here. We're tying a few flies just to show you what you can do with it. Um, this is hot pink brown over peach. So you got three colors going on here. You've got the bars, which are dark brown. You got your peach. You got your pink. This just screams steelhead. We swing a lot of steelhead flies around here, and I'm going to tie for you one of about four steelhead flies I fish a lot. I tie this in a lot of different colors. This is tied on a shank, and I haven't put a hook on it yet. But it's really, really simple. I can fire these things out. I can tie them non-stop. They don't require a lot of materials. They just require these shanks, these articulated shanks from fish skull, and some of the intruder wire right here. I really like this intruder wire. Basically, it's never let me down, as opposed to some other things. I don't like using fire line or backing or anything like that because it gets too flimsy. What'll happen is that hook will flop over and wrap itself around. But with this wire, it still moves, but yet the hook always stays in place. And so we're going to get started here. Now I'm just using 6/0 thread from Uni Thread. There's not a lot of hook here, so I don't like using thread that's too big for these little steelhead flies. And I use this summer and winter, but most of the time in the winter. I'm going to take a chunk right there. I use separate scissors for my wire. These are wire scissors. These are really sharp. They won't be real sharp if I keep using them on wire. So this has a natural little flat spot, which will create a little U here. And I lay it down. And I've done this enough times, I know how big a size 4 hook is. Use basically just an octopus hook. I put on 3-4 wraps really light and make sure that one side of each wire is running straight down each side of the shank. The one on the front side is going to try to wrap under as you pull down, so you just have to correct that, and sometimes the one on the back side wants to go over the top. So just got to keep those corrected because you want this natural bend back here, or else you're going to have a crooked hook once you put it on there. So starting to wrap a little bit tighter now as I go forward. And I got a little bit sticking out past the end of the shank, so I'm going to, with my wire scissors, cut them down very carefully. I usually, when I'm tying at home, I will usually tie about 10, 12, 15 of these shanks at a time, and then start tying flies. When you cut the wire, it's going to fray out a little bit, especially when you're already on the vise. So when you wrap over the top, I'm going really, really, really lightly here, and it is actually cutting the thread a little bit, but I just covered it the whole thing up, and it shouldn't fray out, shouldn't cut that. But I won't be surprised later when I get back up here if it cuts the thread. All right. So again, with the flash, don't use too much. It doesn't matter when or where you put the flash on your fly. I like tying it in his tail first, but if I forget, I'll tie it in on the other side of the tail. Or if I forget, I tie it in at the end. Doesn't matter. Tie it back. Cut it a little bit. Now, we're going to tie in our tail. Pick a good chunk. You're going to want it sticking back just about where the hook ends. And some people like to make a nice little arrowy point at the top here because it's easier to tie in. A couple wraps. Now we're going to create a dubbing loop here for the body. So I go down with about 8 inches, wrap back around, wrap over itself and try to get your thread out of the way. Your spool, a little dubbing brush tool here. There's a whole bunch of different dubbing brushes out there. I haven't found one that I hate yet. It's going to happen occasionally. Now this might be a little bit too much, but that's okay. It's better to have too much than too little. With the dubbing brush, pulling all that little under fur out of this rabbit. And I'm also going to wax this up again. Nice layer of wax makes it stick. Otherwise the rabbit just slides right out. Put the hide underneath, in between the two pieces of thread. So the hide sticks out one side, the hair sticks out the other, and then I pinch it down by just pulling with one finger, and I twist with my rotary brush here about 5-6 times, let it go to create some tension. So if I let go of this right now, hopefully this isn't going to fall out. Start cutting very carefully right up along the hide. And it is okay if you lose a little bit. It's okay to start over. I have piles of half dubbing brushes around my house that I started and messed up on. And you just twist. Now if you look, this is really cool looking. It's like chenille, multicolored. You got a little brown in there, you got peach, you got pink. And we're just going to work back and start forward. If you got a big dubbing brush, sometimes you have to, for a couple rounds, just give it another couple spins. You wrap forward, just pull back on the material that you just wrapped down so you're not laying over the top of it. And this was too much, but that's okay, because we're going to just one little extra wrap there and cut her off. Make us a nice little head here. And that's pretty much what our fly is going to look like. They're quick, they're easy, they're really effective. I swing these little bunny leeches pretty much year round around here for steelhead. There it is. It's going to get eaten. I'm going to catch a big steelhead with this, and hopefully you will too.